I think human beings would be religious even if they did not know that they were going to die. Actually, the question as it came when I reflected on it in the form you originally gave it to me was, do you think we would be religious if we were not going to die? Having to die is not the point. All living things die. The problem that death involves, so far as religion is concerned, it seems to me, is that to be human is to be an understanding being. And to be an understanding being is to understand, among other things, that one is a living being who must die. And it is that understanding of ourselves as mortal, as having to die, that is, I think, one of the boundary situations that we typically live in as human beings. But it's not the only such boundary situation. We also live with the understanding that we're inevitably exposed to suffering and to the workings of chance and fate, that even in the most intimate of human communities, we're always still finally alone, that we never escape the sole responsibility for leading our lives, living our lives, and dying. There's always an aloneness, even in the most, even in the closest kind of human community. So there are all kinds of limits to our existence that we experience and understand that, in my opinion, provoke the existential question about the meaning of our lives. We ask, in effect, well, if my life is a life of suffering and exposure to chance, what sense does it make? Or we ask, if I have to die, what's the point of my life? All of these situations that we live in through our understanding of ourselves as limited, finite beings, all of these questions can become the occasion for asking the religious question. And in that sense, death is not the only, though it certainly is one of the important questions, one of the important reasons for asking and answering the religious question. And all of the religions, in one way or another, come to terms with this fact that we have to die. From the most primitive religions that we know anything about, to the most sophisticated and sublimated forms of religion that we know anything about, the question of death is always present and addressed in one way or another.